Chukwu, often referred to as Chukwu Okike-Abiama, is the supreme deity in the Igbo cosmology, the creator of the universe, and the source of all life. His name itself embodies the core of Igbo belief. Chukwu signifies great God, and Okike means creator, while Abiama refers to God as the one who has given life to all things. In the beginning, there was only the ethereal force of Chukwu, existing as pure energy in a vast, boundless space. This formless state of existence, however, was not static, it was brimming with divine potential. From this potential, Chukwu brought forth the entire cosmos. The creation story, though varied in specific regions, generally tells of how Chukwu, using his will and wisdom, shaped the earth and all its elements. He is said to have first created the sky, the earth, and the waters, setting the foundations for the existence of life. It was Chukwu who brought order to the chaotic world, giving life to the plants, animals, and, most importantly, human beings. The Igbo people believe that human beings were created in Chukwu's image, meant to live in harmony with nature and one another. Everything that exists today, be it physical or spiritual, traces its origins to the divine will of Chukwu, marking him as the source of all creation. The concept of Chukwu in Igbo mythology is deeply connected to the understanding of the world as a living, breathing organism. Nature itself is seen as an extension of Chukwu's will, and every tree, river, mountain, and star carries the mark of his divine power. To the Igbo, Chukwu is not a distant, abstract god but a living force embedded in the world around them. From the smallest blade of grass to the vast expanse of the sky, Chukwu's presence is ever expanding, ever creating. Chukwu's role as the creator is not confined to the initial act of creation but extends to maintaining the balance of the universe. He is constantly engaged in the ongoing act of creation, ensuring the cycles of life, death, and rebirth continue. In this sense, Chukwu is not just a god of the past but an active force that sustains life every moment. This living, active creation makes Chukwu the focal point of Igbo's spiritual practices. Every prayer, every ritual, and every act of devotion is ultimately an acknowledgement of Chukwu's continuing presence and power in the world. Understanding Chukwu's origins and role in the Igbo cosmos reveals much about the Igbo people's connection to the world and the divine. Their respect for nature, their reverence for ancestors, and their sense of interconnectedness with the universe all stem from the belief that everything exists because of Chukwu. This chapter lays the groundwork for exploring how Chukwu's attributes influence every facet of Igbo life and thought. It is not just the creation of the world that makes Chukwu supreme, but his enduring power over all things. Chukwu's presence, whether directly or through his spiritual manifestations, continues to guide the Igbo people today. Chukwu, the supreme god of the Igbo people, is not just the creator but embodies divine attributes that make him the ultimate force in the universe. Three qualities are central to his nature: omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. These attributes define Chukwu as a god of unmatched power, wisdom, and presence, influencing every aspect of creation. Omnipotence refers to Chukwu's limitless power. He is the ultimate source of all strength in the universe, able to shape reality itself. In Igbo belief, Chukwu's will governs the physical and spiritual realms. From the rising of the sun to the flow of rivers, all things occur by his command. The Igbo people see his omnipotence in the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, where every event, whether joyous or tragic, is part of his divine design. Chukwu's supreme power ensures the cosmos functions in harmony, and his ability to control natural forces makes him an essential figure in Igbo spirituality. Omniscience, or all-knowing wisdom, means that Chukwu's understanding is boundless. He knows everything that has ever happened, is happening, and will happen. This divine knowledge goes beyond simple facts, it is a profound wisdom that governs the universe. Chukwu sees the thoughts and intentions of all beings, and his awareness extends to the deepest secrets of the heart. For the Igbo people, this omniscience is a moral guide. They believe that Chukwu's knowledge is the source of justice, wisdom, and truth, reminding them that they cannot hide from his gaze. The Igbo people turn to Chukwu for guidance, knowing that his wisdom will lead them to righteousness. Omnipresence means that Chukwu is everywhere, at all times. His presence is not confined to a specific place or time, he permeates the entire universe. From the deepest forests to the highest skies, Chukwu is always near, watching over creation. This divine presence is integral to Igbo spiritual practices. Whether they are in the marketplace, at home, or in the forest, the Igbo believe that Chukwu is always with them, listening to their prayers and overseeing their actions. His omnipresence fosters a deep connection between the people and their Creator, assuring them that they are never alone. Together, these attributes, omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence, define Chukwu as the supreme being in Igbo cosmology. He is a force that shapes the universe, holds all knowledge, and is ever present in the lives of the Igbo people. These qualities make Chukwu not just a god of the past but a living, active force in the world today. His power, wisdom, and presence continue to guide and protect the Igbo people, ensuring that they live in harmony with the divine and the world around them. The relationship between Chukwu and the Igbo people is profound, rooted in both spirituality and daily life. Unlike distant gods in other traditions, Chukwu is a personal, active force in the lives of the Igbo. As the creator, he is intimately involved in all aspects of the universe, and the Igbo see themselves as his children, shaped in his image. Their connection with him is foundational, influencing their moral and spiritual framework. The Igbo view their existence as intertwined with Chukwu's divine will. Every aspect of life, whether personal, social, or environmental, is a manifestation of Chukwu's influence. It is through living according to his laws and spiritual guidance that the Igbo maintain harmony with both the divine and earthly realms. The Igbo community, therefore, acknowledges that Chukwu is present in every aspect of their lives, shaping their worldview and actions. Rituals, prayers, and offerings are the means by which the Igbo engage with Chukwu. These practices are performed at sacred sites, such as forests, shrines, or mountaintops, believed to be closer to his divine presence. Through these rituals, the Igbo seek Chukwu's favor, blessings, and protection in key life events, such as births, marriages, and deaths. These acts of devotion are a testament to the Igbo belief that Chukwu's will must be recognized in every moment of their existence. The Igbo also revere nature as an extension of Chukwu's omnipresence. Forests, rivers, and mountains are sacred spaces, seen as direct manifestations of his power. This reverence for nature guides the Igbo in their farming, festivals, and communal activities, emphasizing the belief that all of creation is sacred and interconnected. The divine is not distant, it is embedded in every part of the world around them, and the Igbo are taught to honor and protect the natural environment as a reflection of Chukwu's divine will. Chukwu's influence also shapes the Igbo understanding of destiny and free will. While they believe that each person's life is guided by Chukwu's divine plan, they also recognize the role of individual choice. Free will allows the Igbo to align with or diverge from their divine path, shaping their moral and spiritual journeys. This balance encourages personal responsibility and ethical living, reinforcing the importance of living in accordance with divine law to maintain harmony with Chukwu and the universe. In conclusion, the connection between Chukwu and the Igbo people is one of mutual respect, guidance, and deep spiritual alignment. Through rituals, reverence for nature, and the pursuit of ethical living, the Igbo honor Chukwu's omnipresence and seek to align their lives with his divine will. This bond ensures that Chukwu remains an active, ever-present force in the spiritual and cultural identity of the Igbo people. Chukwu, the supreme god of the Igbo people, is the central force in the Igbo spiritual world, but he is not alone. The Igbo pantheon includes various gods, spirits, and ancestors, each with a specific domain, yet all derive their power from Chukwu. This hierarchical structure places Chukwu at the apex, with other deities and spiritual entities acting as his intermediaries, ensuring the maintenance of cosmic order. Among the prominent deities are Allah, the earth goddess, and Amadioha, the god of thunder and justice. These deities govern vital aspects of life such as fertility, agriculture, and moral order, but their power flows directly from Chukwu. Allah, as the goddess of fertility, plays an essential role in the sustenance of life, especially in agriculture, which is the backbone of Igbo society. Amadioha, linked to thunder and justice, controls natural forces and is seen as an enforcer of morality and fairness. Though these gods are powerful, they remain subordinate to Chukwu, carrying out his divine will. The ancestors also play a key role in the Igbo spiritual system. They are viewed as spiritual beings who have passed into the realm of the divine and now serve as intermediaries between the living and Chukwu. The Igbo people honor their ancestors through rituals and prayers, believing that these spirits influence the living by transmitting the will of Chukwu. Ancestors are seen as protectors and guides, offering blessings and maintaining the spiritual well-being of their descendants. Nature itself is regarded as a manifestation of Chukwu's power. The Igbo people see rivers, forests, mountains, and animals as sacred, each representing a facet of Chukwu's omnipresence. Gods associated with natural elements, like Olakan, the goddess of the sea, wield power over the forces of nature, but this authority is also understood as coming from Chukwu. This belief emphasizes the sacredness of the natural world, reinforcing the Igbo respect for the environment and their understanding that the divine is present in every part of creation. Finally, the relationship between Chukwu and the lesser deities highlights the interconnectedness between the divine and human realms. Chukwu is the ultimate creator, but the lesser gods mediate his will, ensuring that balance and harmony are maintained. The Igbo people believe that their lives are guided by Chukwu's divine plan, with each deity and spirit playing a role in sustaining cosmic order. This structure not only reinforces Chukwu's supremacy but also ensures that the world operates in harmony, with each part of existence contributing to the larger whole. In conclusion, Chukwu's influence within the Igbo pantheon is absolute, with all other deities and spiritual entities operating under his divine will. The interconnectedness of the gods, ancestors, and nature reflects the Igbo understanding of a world in which the divine and human realms are deeply intertwined, with Chukwu at the center of it all. Chukwu, the supreme god of the Igbo people, continues to have a profound influence on both traditional and contemporary Igbo life. Despite the rise of Christianity and other religious practices, Chukwu's legacy remains deeply woven into the fabric of Igbo spirituality and culture. His divine presence still shapes the ethical, spiritual, and cultural identity of the Igbo, ensuring that his influence is not only honored but lived through everyday practices. One of the key ways Chukwu's legacy endures is through the moral and ethical principles that guide the Igbo people. The belief in Chukwu as the ultimate creator has influenced core values such as justice, fairness, respect for nature, and the importance of community. Even in modern Igbo society, these traditional values are upheld, often alongside Christian teachings. The emphasis on righteousness, communal responsibility, and living in harmony with divine law continues to play a vital role in Igbo culture. Chukwu's impact is also evident in the reverence for ancestors and sacred sites. Despite widespread Christianity, many Igbo people still honor their ancestors through rituals and visit sacred spaces like shrines or forests. This reflects the continued belief that Chukwu's presence is felt in nature and the spiritual realm, where ancestors act as intermediaries between the living and the divine. These practices ensure that the spiritual connection to Chukwu is maintained, reinforcing the belief that his will permeates every part of life. In contemporary Igbo society, Chukwu's legacy is reflected in the pursuit of social justice and community cohesion. Inspired by Chukwu's divine order and justice, Igbo communities continue to emphasize fairness and equity in social and governance systems. Elders and leaders are often seen as enacting Chukwu's will in resolving disputes and ensuring the moral direction of the community. This connection between divine justice and social governance remains strong, guiding modern-day leadership and conflict resolution within Igbo society. Chukwu's legacy also extends into the arts and cultural expressions of the Igbo. Songs, dances, stories, and festivals that honor Chukwu's power and creation are still celebrated today. These cultural practices serve not only as expressions of reverence for the Supreme God but also as a means of preserving and passing on Igbo traditions to future generations. Through these vibrant cultural celebrations, the Igbo continue to honor their ancestral and spiritual heritage, ensuring that the teachings of Chukwu remain alive in their daily lives. In conclusion, Chukwu's influence on the Igbo people extends far beyond religious worship. His legacy continues to shape modern Igbo culture, from moral teachings to cultural expressions and social governance. By maintaining a deep connection with Chukwu through rituals, values, and in the wider traditions, the Igbo ensure that his divine presence remains a guiding force, both in their spiritual lives and in the wider community. In conclusion, Chukwu, the supreme god of the Igbo people, remains a powerful force that shapes their spirituality, culture, and ethical values. His divine influence is felt through ancestral reverence, natural forces, and social justice, preserving his legacy in modern-day Igbo society. From guiding moral conduct to inspiring cultural traditions, Chukwu's presence continues to inspire generations. We hope this exploration has deepened your understanding of Igbo spirituality and the enduring power of Chukwu. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.